Can EFT really heal your childhood wounds? Have you ever felt like no matter what you do, you keep running into the same emotional roadblocks? Maybe you overwork yourself to exhaustion, struggle with saying no, or constantly feel like you're not enough. These patterns might not be random. They could be rooted in childhood trauma. Dr. Gabor Mate, a world-renowned trauma expert, emphasizes that childhood adversity is as strongly linked to mental illness as smoking is to lung cancer. Yet many people don't recognize how their early life experiences are still shaping their emotions, behaviors, and even physical health today. Childhood trauma doesn't always look like extreme abuse or neglect. It can be growing up in a financially unstable household where stress was constant, feeling unseen, unheard, or emotionally unsupported by caregivers, having high expectations placed on you leading to perfectionism, experiencing bullying, rejection, or feeling like you had to earn love, witnessing conflict, instability, or experiencing sudden loss. When we experience trauma, our nervous system adapts for survival. But what helped us survive as children, such as people-pleasing, emotional suppression, or hyper-independence, often becomes a source of suffering in adulthood. Many of the traits we assume are just part of who we are, such as being an overachiever, struggling with boundaries, or fearing success, are actually trauma responses. For example, overworking. If you grew up in financial instability, you may have learned that success equals safety, leading to burnout and an inability to relax. People-pleasing. If love felt conditional in your childhood, you might find yourself constantly seeking approval and validation from others, even at the cost of your well-being. Imposter syndrome. If your achievements were never enough for your caregivers, you may now feel like you don't deserve success, no matter how much you accomplish. Fear of abandonment. If caregivers were emotionally unavailable, inconsistent, or rejecting, you might cling to relationships, afraid of being left behind. Recognizing these patterns is the first step toward breaking free, but awareness alone isn't enough. We need tools to rewire these deep-seated emotional responses. Our society tends to treat symptoms instead of root causes. When someone struggles with anxiety, ADHD, or addiction, they're often prescribed medication or given coping strategies without addressing the deeper wounds driving these issues. Dr. Joe Dispenza explains that the body is the subconscious mind, meaning our emotions, beliefs, and trauma get stored in our nervous system, influencing our thoughts and actions on autopilot. Traditional therapy is valuable, but it often focuses on cognitive understanding rather than deep nervous system regulation. This is where emotional freedom techniques, or EFT, and hacking reality come in as powerful healing tools. EFT, also known as tapping, is a scientifically backed method that combines psychology with acupressure to release stored trauma from the nervous system. It works by gently tapping on specific meridian points on the face and body while acknowledging thoughts and emotions. Studies show that EFT can rapidly reduce cortisol, the stress hormone, decrease anxiety, and rewire limiting beliefs. Here's why EFT is so effective. It regulates the nervous system by signaling safety to the brain, shifting it from survival mode to a state of calm and clarity. Unlike talk therapy, which focuses on understanding emotions, EFT helps to physically release emotional energy from the body. Many subconscious beliefs, such as "I'm not enough, I don't deserve success," were formed in childhood. EFT helps dissolve these beliefs at their root, and EFT has been shown to produce significant emotional shifts in just minutes, making it an accessible and effective healing tool. EFT is powerful, but when combined with hacking reality, the transformation becomes even deeper. Hacking reality is a neuroscience-based approach that leverages the brain's ability to reframe and rewrite past experiences. Instead of being trapped by old trauma narratives, you can alter your perception of the past to create a new emotional reality. Sarah, a successful businesswoman, constantly overextended herself, taking on more than she could handle. She feared saying no, worried that people would reject her. Despite achieving external success, she often felt exhausted and resentful. Through EFT, Sarah uncovered that as a child, she only received praise when she was being helpful or good. Her nervous system had wired self-worth to being needed by others. With hacking reality, she went a step further. She visualized a new version of her past, where her younger self was fully accepted and loved just for being herself, not for what she did for others. By repeatedly rehearsing this new memory in meditation, her brain rewired its emotional associations. Over time, she naturally started saying no without guilt, and her relationships improved as she stopped seeking validation through overgiving. When we break free from old trauma patterns, everything changes. We stop sabotaging relationships and careers. We set healthy boundaries without guilt. We step into confidence and self-worth. We experience peace, clarity, and emotional balance. We stop living in survival mode and start thriving. The past does not have to define your future. The trauma you carry is not a life sentence. It's a call to heal. Are you ready to rewire your mind and body? If you're tired of repeating old patterns and want to experience deep emotional freedom, EFT combined with hacking reality can be your breakthrough. Ready to take the next step? I offer personalized EFT sessions and hacking reality techniques to help you rewire your nervous system, break free from limiting patterns, and create the life you truly want. Book your session today or visit my website for more resources. tapintoyourbestself.com.